Stereotype. When certain people utilize their biological uncontrolled ego to oppress others based on gender norms. Fania Simon.
Hey guys, how are ya? Yep, I learned it in the South. How are ya? Listen, guys, yesterday I made a video, right? Ooh, I got my grits and my veggie sausage. You know how they say, what do you eat? I told you, got my own stuff. Listen, yesterday I made a video about difficult people, claiming that they're operating based on principle. And at the same time, they're good people, but sometimes it come across, not sometimes, it seems like all the time, they come across as, people with no mercy, no grace, no no sympathy. They like bricks like New Jersey. You know what I mean? And I didn't know that I was going to do a part 2. But my brain is like do 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 do. And so I said, you know what? Let me do a part 2 because there's other things to iron out in that thought that I put out there in the atmosphere. Listen, guys. Okay. I spoke about the difficult people, and especially I spoke about men, and that it's either their way or the highway. Okay? And I spoke about myself. I said the way that I am from the beginning, before the entrance. Because if you pay attention, there's a lot of things you can discern. That does not mean that I'm perfect. That does not mean that you don't make mistakes. Because of course I'm not perfect. Because I'm saying that that's a quality that I don't have, where I have to sit there and repeat and tell a grown person, did you do it? Did you do it? Can you do this? When are you going to do it? And months and months and months and months. Yeah, I'm going to do it. And you know that person is going to do it because that person is actually a person of his or her word. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like there's a lack of respect or a lack of, je ne sais pas quoi, you understand, that will make that person not take what you want seriously. You understand? Like I spoke before about my brother who was a right now man. I remember I asked my brother, I said, Lamont, can you write down all the names of the apostles for me when you have time? He was like, when I have time, I'll do it right now. And that's the way he was, with every request. If he can do it, he'll do it right now. If he can't do it, he'll try to find somebody else who can do it for you. And he will tell you the truth that, I would love to, but I'm not able to because da 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 da. And so I know what I'm talking about, and I have met different kind of people, you understand? And I also say my mom was a trooper because, my father was bricks, right? Okay, so, here's what I want to say. Hopefully, I don't trigger anybody because there are some people, especially men, right? Like, again, I say it's not because they're not good people, but because of the ego is so unbalanced. The ego is so untamed, right? They are stuck in their mind that things can only be done one way. For example, personally, as a believer in God's order of things in the family, right? Order. Now, I don't believe that a woman is supposed to take the place of a man. And I do not believe that a man is supposed to take a place of a woman. Okay? Because I think each has its purpose in life. Everything has its purpose. Right? And so I think that we should know and honor our position. But here's one thing that I've come across, my personal testimony or observation, not testimony, but observation. Well, it could be testimony too. That there are some people, especially men, right? They feel like that a woman cannot occupy a space, especially when they themselves are out of space or out of place, I mean to say. You understand? For example, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it's not because you're a man that you have a penis. It's not because of that you feel like, no other creatures, no other creation of God has a say-so in the matter. That's worse than dictatorship. For example, a man will tell you and get mad at you when you say, I can lead. When you look down on history, and I'm not talking about feminism, because if you respect the order of things, you're not going to try to go and rule and get out of position and take somebody else's position, just like taking somebody's birthright away. You don't do stuff like that. You understand? But down in history, there have been queens, you understand, who have gone to war. Yes. And all that included or helped or had an impact in our liberation, or I can say thus the world. For example, Queen Zinga of Angola. And that's not the only one. For example, okay, you hear men say, being in a position of leadership is trying to take a man's place. In many cases, that's true. But it depends on who that woman is. It depends on what assignment that God has given upon that woman. You understand? It's not that just because you're a man does not mean that you're the only one that can do something. I cannot raise a boy to be a man because I'm not a man. I cannot teach him to be a man. But I can raise a boy to be a good man. And doing it while staying in position. When you read a lot, you get a lot of information. Back in the days, even before men used to go to war, right? Kings used to decide on wars. They used to consult with the elders, even female elders. You understand? But now you have young people, well, younger people. And when I say younger people, I'm not talking about like they say young, loosely, young, this young generation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people of today's mentality. They feel like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm the man. I'm the one that's supposed to do this. I'm the one that's supposed to do that. You can't do it. Okay, let's say I agree with you. Why don't you do it? So I'm supposed, again, I'm going back to part one, what is now part one. I'm supposed to sit here and wait and wait and wait until I die waiting for you to do what you're supposed to do. And it goes both ways now, because you have women who are out of position. You understand? And they don't do what they're supposed to do. So does that mean that the man is supposed to wait and wait and wait and wait and die waiting? No. That's why we have substitute, the word substitute. If the teacher is absent, then you get a substitute teacher. If the mother threw the child in a garbage can and somebody else found the child and adopted the child, that's an adopted mother. She took the place. God covers the unfortunate. And so here you are, you breaks, right? You know what I mean, yo, you know, I am man. Yes, you are. Get the job done. Stay in position. Or reposition yourself. I am woman, hear me roar. Okay, what are you roaring for? You see what I'm saying? We're talking about purpose. It's not because you cannot lead because you don't have a penis. Yes, you can lead. Yes, you can lead. Because when you have a president that is a male and you have a vice president that is a female, isn't she leading? She may not be doing her job, but she is in a position of leadership. And so a lot of these young guys out there who think they're so tough and so rough and so bricks and everything, calm down and learn and focus on your duties and position and give thanks to Yahweh the Most High. Instead of competing and using ego to praise your position.